What's up, A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live. Rise and shine. It is football time in Tennessee and in London. Austin Stanley and Jack Gentry here live for our Titan pregame show presented by X Golf Nashville. And we're going to have 30 minutes here before the Titans and the Ravens kick off in London in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is a Titans home game. The end zone's painted light Titans blue looks pretty sharp out there as they're showing it over News Channel 5 right now where it's broadcasting locally, but Titans and Ravens getting set. We'll go through our X factors for this game. We've got our updated Mint bingo card for the day, our predictions to send us out. But Jack, we're going to lead us off by talking about the missed opportunity from last week's game against the Colts and how the Titans need to and must rebound from that game. So we're streaming live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for our Titan pregame show bright and early. Barely bright and early. Nashville's still waking up. Hope everybody has had your coffee. Whatever's in your coffee, it's football time here. So, Jack, before we officially get going, tell the people what they got to do here in the chat this morning.
Good morning, Titans fans. Let's start the day off with a W today over in London. While y'all are filing in, everyone's excited. I know y'all are excited to be up this early. Get a Titans win out of the way before noon, hopefully. But if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to share the show into your Facebook groups. I know all of y'all are on there. I see all of y'all comment. I'm in those groups with you. I know who's doing their homework. So if you're on Facebook, share the show to your Titans groups. If you're watching on YouTube, turn your notifications on by tapping the bell icon near the top of your screen so you get an update every time A to Z Sports goes live. Finally, if you're watching on Twitch, text that Twitch link to your Titans text groups. Look, there's not a lot of coverage going on right now. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be with you, getting you guys ready for the Titans game. So let's grow this conversation. Let's grow the audience. And I want to hear from you guys in the chat all morning, all afternoon. We'll be here for halftime. We'll be here for post game. So glad to start the morning off with you guys. And Austin, let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, John says, jolly morning, lads. Orlando says it's a jolly morning, in it. Absolutely. Let's get it going.
I hope everybody's had their bangers and mash this morning.
Yep, beans
Maybe
on
some
toast.
Beans on some toast.
All the cliches. But welcome in Titan Game Day Live. Our pregame show is presented by our friends at X Golf, the home of indoor golf in Middle Tennessee. X Golf, play, train, and entertain. XGolfNashville.com. Also, thank you to all of our friends, the Mint Gaming Hall, just 35 minutes north of downtown Nashville. So get your play on at themintgaming.com. BetMGM, use our code ATOZ200 to turn a $10 moneyline wager into $200 in bonus bets instantly. An official partner of the Tennessee Titans. The law offices of Amanda J. Gentry, wherever justice demands. Tennessee Family and Criminal Courts in 35 Middle Tennessee counties. AmandaJGentry.com. Chim Chimney for all of your chimney needs. I've seen commercials for them on TV this morning. Chim-Chimneyinc.com. Adventure Science Center. Explore and discover your full family adventure awaits at adventuresci.org. And Jarrett HVAC and Plumbing, keeping your facility secure, one inspection at a time. Their website is jarrettcompanies.com. So, Jack, everybody wake up. Let's get going. Everybody's slow here. Normally, we don't go live at 8 o'clock Central Time on Sunday mornings, but we are. And the Titans have a massive opportunity in London wearing their home navy blues with the navy pants. See Derrick Henry visor and all getting set to rock this London crowd. And so, Jackie, was very disappointing last week for the Titans to lose to the Colts in Indianapolis. I know you and Sam had a big audience in the post-game show. We talked about it all week, but to be able to win this game and get to 3-3 going into the bye week is a massive chance. And let's go ahead and play this video from Mike Vrabel, Kevin Byard, and Ryan Tannehill on the overall importance of what today represents for the Titans.
How important might it be even more going into a bye, trying to get to 500?
Well, it would be, it'd be nice to get back, even, and then give ourselves a chance after the bye to put something together. I don't disagree with you one bit.
Just say the urgency is at an all-time high. Just how it would be anytime we lose a game or whatever it may be, we got to find a way to get back on track. It's going to be important for us to get on the road, obviously across the water, to get out to a fast start. So yeah, it's going to be important.
You want to, we want to win a lot more games than we are right now. So that's the onus this week is to finish this week with a win, no matter the circumstances, where we're at, who we're playing. Got to find a way to go win this game on the road, and head into the bye at 3-3, and then we'll go from there.
So 3-3 going into the bye, I think, Jack, will be a major gift for this team. How are you feeling about this opportunity that the Titans have today in London?
Look, nervous. I mean, you mentioned it. By losing to Indianapolis, the Titans really didn't do themselves any favors, and it really kind of erased the huge win you had over Cincinnati. It just feels like this season, whenever the Titans are away from Nissan Stadium, they don't play their best football. Now you get to 3-3, and it hadn't been pretty. But if you get to 3-3 heading into the bye week, you're set up for success because you've got the third easiest remaining schedule in football. Pro Football Focus put that out this week.
Wow.
So there is some things to look forward to if you can head into this bye week with a win. Look, you're missing Tier Tardigan. It's going to be a challenge. You've got to figure out how to right your wrongs from last week, whether that be in the secondary or whether that be in the middle in the run game. So the Titans have their hands full today with a really talented Baltimore Ravens team. But look, the best players always show up in this rivalry, and this rivalry is dead even at 13 apiece right now. Who's going to get this one? Who's going to take the lead in the rivalry? Look, the Titans owe the Ravens one. We'll see which team shows up today, but it is technically a home game, so maybe the Titans have an edge there.
It is technically a home game. The Titans have lost all their road games, which have also been the odd weeks of the season. The Titans have won so far all their home games, which have been the even weeks of the season. And we're sitting here in week 6 with a de facto home game, but thousands and thousands of miles and time zones away. And you and Austin Huff on the Tighten Up podcast have been monitoring which trend is going to break. Is it the even weeks? Is it the home games? Because we'll see what happens with this. But the Ravens are a 5.5 point favorite. We'll get to our BetMGM predictions later in the show on this pregame show presented by X Golf. But Jack, I think it's just, to be able to go through all the roller coaster and turmoil and terrible offensive line play, terrible game by Tannehill, throwing through interceptions against the Saints, awful career lows from Christian Fulton, not being able to have Treylon Burks, not getting DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone, all of these things, giving up 195 total yards to Zach Moss. All of these things are going to be irrelevant if the Titans can win today and get to 3-3 to go face the third easiest schedule remaining after a reset bye. So, I mean, this game is basically a turning point of the season to see what the mentality and what the goal is still going to be after this bye week.
Yeah, momentum's really big in the NFL. And thanks for Big Ten Jeff for letting me know the mic wasn't on. It's early for me too. Yeah, look, it's kind of the opposite of last week. By losing in Indianapolis, you undid all the rights you had against Cincinnati, and you killed the momentum, and everything looked so good one week and so bad the next. Well, you can do the same thing here. You can make everyone forget about last week's performance with a win over a hated rival in London, heading into the bye week at 3-3. It's an empty the tank game. The Titans have to leave it all on the field. They've got to give all they can. I remember Jarrell Casey, when he came and visited this team in week 2, said, if you're not limping up the tunnel, then you didn't give it your all. The Titans have no reason not to use every bit of energy today, give everything they've got, head into the bye week, get healthy, get your rest, worry about that later. But get a win here, get some momentum, because it's been a rocky year so far. A little momentum can go a long way on the back end of this season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A to Z Sports here live on our pregame show presented by our friends at X Golf Nashville. Let's go ahead and get to this, Jack. Let's go through our X Golf X Factor. Who or what will be the X Golf X Factor for a Titans win today over the Baltimore Ravens? We want your comments in the chat. Who or what will be the X Golf X Factor for this matchup today to hopefully have a Titans win over the Baltimore Ravens? But first, I want to tell you guys about our friends at X Golf Nashville, the home of indoor golf. And X Golf has reinvented the player experience by creating the most accurate indoor golf simulators on the market today, giving every person the power to take on the world's best courses, compete in a variety of game formats, improve your swing, improve your game with lessons and superior analytics, all while being totally entertained. And that's all the games. So after this Titans game today, you can go to X Golf Nashville and watch the rest of the NFL slate. Might be a little chilly outside, but it's always 72 degrees and sunny inside of X Golf Nashville. Full bar, great food, competitions, league play, TVs, and a lot more. Corporate outings, they got you as well. xgolfnashville.com is where to go. xgolfnashville.com. So, Jack, I'll send you to the chat. Sleepy chat this morning, too, guys. You guys that are here are awake and ready to roll. But Everybody else must have hit that snooze button on the alarm. But so what's the X Golf X Factor? What's the chat saying this morning, Jack?
Yeah, so a lot of different answers today from the chat. Billy Jordan's going to start us off on Facebook. It says Tajay Spears coming off a career game last week. Says he'll be the X Factor once again. David Allen, I like this comment. Autry, it's going to be important up the middle today. Simmons from Hammer, he agrees. Tajay Spears, says Caleb. Spears, says Dave. Here we go. Run defense from Lone Walker. Let's see. Continuing. Another Spears. D-Hop gets the ball today. 3 touchdowns from John. Hopkins.
Scoring 3 touchdowns. You want to pause there for a second and kind of who had the scoring 3 touchdowns comment?
John.
All right. So scoring 3 touchdowns, that should be enough to win the game for the Titans, don't you think? If the Titans offense or the Titans in general, special teams or defense, can score 3 touchdowns, that should be enough to win this game.
Yeah, I would feel good about it because, Nick Folk's going to get 2 or 3 field goals one way or another. It just seems like that's the way the season's gone. Yeah. 3 touchdowns should be okay. I'd like 4. 4 would make me comfortable.
When's the last time they've scored 4 touchdowns in a game, Jack?
Look,
I'll tell you. You know what it was?
Tell you.
Yeah, it was the last week of the season when they beat the Texans in Houston to get the 1 seed. That's the last time they scored 4 touchdowns in a game. January of 2022.
It's been 84 years. Yeah, but yes. four I would feel good about, I will say. I'll continue going. Run defense from Darius. Spears from Jason. Make it a Tucker versus Folk field goal game. I don't know if you want to get in a field goal competition with Justin Tucker on the other side.
I will say this.
It's got to be Tannehill.
On the field goal thing, I did hear on 104.5 The Zone where I guess Lucas and Buck had on one of the Westwood One play-by-play guys in London and was like, are London fans that don't know the NFL, are they going to be more excited to watch Ryan Stonehouse, Tucker, and Nick Folk just kick the crap out of the football today than they are like a Derrick Henry 1-yard touchdown run?
It's interesting. Titans Radio put out a stat this week that says Nick Folk's entering today's game with 67 straight made field goals from inside 40 yards. Justin Tucker holds that record at 70 straight field goals from inside 40 yards. So he could pull even with Tucker today if things keep going the way they do in the red zone for the Titans. Lane, Chris Moore, here's one. Nav says coaching adaptability. D-Hop from Titans in Ohio. X Factors Henry from Alex Bine. Austin, I'm going to turn it to you. Who's your X Factor for the Titans today?
My X Golf X Factor, Jack. I'm going to keep it on the offensive side of the football here because, the defense, I know you're going to talk about the defense here in a bit, but the defense is important and we know that. But for me, the X factor for this team and to score actual touchdowns is first down efficiency with the football. If you can be good on first down, I think this Titans offense has a lot more opportunity to continue drives and to not stall out in the red zone because good on first down. You saw it in that Colts game last week. The Titans were really good on first down, whether it was throwing the football, play action, or running the football between the 20s. But then once they got in the scoring red zone, that's where their first downs put them in field goal situations, right? Because you had the penalty on the hold on Aaron Brewer for the one. You had Chig that had the offensive pass interference. It wasn't really his fault because it was a screen pass that got delayed by the pass rush. But even then, it got pushed back to 1st and 20. So now you're in a bad spot. But if you're in first and successful, then the Tennessee Titans have a much better opportunity to end drives in scoring touchdowns. And if they're not good in first down efficiency, they're going to be more likely to end drives with a kick, whether it's a field goal for Folk or a punt from Ryan Stonehouse. I think it really, because we all know the margin of error for this offense is razor thin. That this offensive line, Ryan Tannehill, and this pass catching group is not good enough to consistently convert 3rd and 6 or longer. And so if you're bad on first down, then you just have to get right on second down to even give yourself a chance on third down to convert. And so I think it's kind of crazy, but as soon as a unsuccessful first down play happens for this offense, my faith and confidence in them converting that set of downs drops significantly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I get you. No, I get you. And we've seen a whole lot of that this season. It's going to be important. You're absolutely right. My focus today is on the defensive side of the football, however, more specifically, the passing defense. The Titans enter the game with a 23rd ranked passing defense in the NFL. Lamar Jackson, although he has thrown for 350 on you once in the playoffs, you were able to get that win a couple of years ago. But let's get even more specific. Kevin Byard today is my X factor. In 5 career games against the Ravens, KB has 4 picks. And like I mentioned, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. This is a big-time game for the Titans, up against their hated rival. And the turnover battle hasn't really gone the Titans' way all season. They're 1-3-1 in the turnover battle. That one win came against the Browns, where you got absolutely hammered. So it's going to be on Kevin Byard to erase some mistakes in the secondary. Hopefully let nobody behind them back deep today, because the explosive plays are really what's been killing this Titans defense. And look, the Ravens don't have world beaters at wide receiver, but Zay Flowers is quick. Rashad Bateman deserves respect, and Odell Beckham's got a resume. So you got to keep those guys all in check. I'm worried about Zay Flowers and Fulton today. Kevin Byard over the top needs to make a play, needs to come away with a turnover, help the Titans win the turnover battle, and help keep Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens passing attack at bay.
Yeah, no, I think that's legit. Now, Daniel Green says we have 2 bad X factors. I think we got 2 correct X factors. I don't know about your, but Kevin Byard, I think that's an interesting point there, Jack. And so I'll take it a step further. The Ravens are 3-2, and the Ravens' 2 losses, they have lost the turnover battle by a combined 5. So when they lose, it's self-inflicted. They had, last week against the Steelers, they had drop passes, which I don't expect to carry over, but a lot of fumbles. Kevin Byard talked about Lamar Jackson's ability to fumble and tendency to fumble this season. And, the Titans haven't had an interception since when? When's the last Titans interception? Was it week 1? Amani Hooker?
Was it New Orleans? It may have been New Orleans, because I don't remember another time. They haven't really been forcing, because
the Titans have only forced 1 turnover since New Orleans, which is crazy.
And here's another thing about Baltimore. Sure, they come in 3-2. 2 of those wins have come against quarterbacks who are making their first career start against Baltimore. C.J. Stroud in week 1, and DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago. Tannehill makes his 149th start today. So hopefully, we don't see any of the carelessness that those 2 quarterbacks showed against this stout Baltimore Ravens defense. And, maybe he gives them a different look. Maybe, they've seen them a number of times. They know how to game plan against this defense. So we'll see if it works today. But the turnover battle is absolutely critical.
It is for sure. And then I see somebody ask, is T.R. Tart playing? Lone Walker asked on YouTube. No, T.R. Tart is inactive. He did make the trip to London, but inactive. He was questionable with a toe injury, but not going today. So that breeds the other question of, what's it like right now with this Titans run defense without T.R. Tart again against the Baltimore Ravens, who run the ball the 4th most in the NFL behind Lamar Jackson, and also their stable of running backs. And I did see this comment here I want to get to. I don't know if the stat's correct, but Corey on Facebook said Lamar Jackson averages 110 rush yards per game versus the Titans, most of any other opponent. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't think that's the case. I think the Titans typically beat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens outside of that one playoff game. When the Titans were at home in that 2020 playoff season, but they beat Lamar in Baltimore a couple times. They've beaten Lamar in the regular season and the playoffs once. And I don't necessarily know if that's a correct stat, but Lamar Jackson's legs are something to be concerned about with or without T.R. Tart.
I will say in 2 regular season games against the Titans, Lamar Jackson averages just 93 yards passing per game. So while he's been able to run the ball efficiently, and a couple of those come on big plays, Lamar Jackson has not thrown the ball well against the Titans in the regular season.
Corey says, if I'm wrong, NFL Network is too. Hey, props to you, Corey. That's a heck of a stat if that's the case. But and I believe Lucas adds that Lamar Jackson had a ton of just yards in general in the game where the Titans beat the Ravens as the 1 seed. It's kind of funny that, whoever, I don't know if you remember this stat, Jack, but the Titans and Ravens have played in a lot of playoff games over the years. 0 times has the home team won a playoff game in this matchup. Isn't that wild?
Well, I believe that too. It is pretty crazy. This is a neutral site game, although it is technically home. So I don't know if any of those stats will carry over to today. But I mean, if you're a Titans fan, you got your fingers crossed that that I guess changes today since you're technically at home.
Yeah, Steven here on the X Golf Nashville pregame show says you blitz all night. And so hopefully the London fans remember these Titans, right, Jack?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
There you go. All right. So
gotta get pressure. You got to get pressure today. We haven't heard from Harold Landry. We haven't heard from Arden Key. It's about time they get some pressure off the edge, and setting that edge, building that wall, containing Lamar Jackson. So huge today.
Yep, it is. It is absolutely huge. All right, it's time for bingo. I'll show you the bingo board. We had a couple things come off the bingo board last week with DeAndre Hopkins, 100-yard game, and also a Tyjae Spears touchdown. Those did come off the board. So, hey, we're making our way to have some bingo opportunities. Now, Traylon Burks getting back healthy is a big deal because you need a 100-yard game from Burks, maybe a Burks touchdown in a couple of these bingo spots. But we're making our way closer, Jack, to being close to a bingo. So I want you guys to check out this bingo board presented by our friends and partners at the Mint Gaming Hall. The Mint Gaming Hall is located just 35 minutes north of Nashville on I-65. You can sign up for the Players Club. It's free, and you have a chance to win up to $1,000 in free play this month of October. Members can play a $250,000 mega ball draw. So you can match all 6 numbers and win up to $250,000 in cash. That's every Friday throughout October. They've also got everything there, plenty of free parking, but also their new hotel at Spring Hill Suites in the Mint Gaming Hall in Kentucky Downs, but also their restaurants, their bars, their TVs, everything there at the Mint Gaming Hall. So much for you to do to win with the Mint Gaming Hall. But Jack, what do you think comes off the Mint Gaming Hall bingo board here on our pregame show with X Golf this morning?
I'm feeling funky today, Austin. I think it's either a defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown. This offense has really stalled out, in the red zone this season. So if the defense or special teams can come through and find a way to get in the end zone, whether that's off a turnover, a blocked punt, you name it, a kickoff return, a punt return, one of those ways the Titans are going to win this football game. There are a couple players who are yet to score a touchdown. I'm looking at you, Chig. I'm looking at you, D-Hop, as a couple of other potential bingo spots to come off the board today. And also, Byard was my X factor. A Byard INT would be nice. So I got my eyes on a few different things today.
All right. So go to the chat, see what everybody's thinking here. What comes off this Mint Gaming bingo board today? What's the chat saying, Jack?
Let's see. The chat is saying Nogi Pierre says Byard with an INT. D-Hop touchdown from Lone Walker. D-Hop touchdown from Tighten Up, Ohio. It's about time. He came so close last week. Dre Wilson agrees with me. Defensive touchdown. Kenneth's going Chig touchdown. Jody said Phillips and Chig need touchdowns. I would agree with that. Let's see. Chig touchdown from Michael Anstey. Henry, 150-yard game. Book it. Only one 100-yard rushing game on the season for Derrick Henry. That came against the Bengals. It would be nice to see him hit triple digits again.
There is no way. The Ravens' rush defense is way too good.
I understand, but with Derrick Henry, there's always a way.
No, there is no way.
Derrick Henry is too good. You can't rule that out on any game with Derrick Henry.
Jack, ask me what percentage chance Derrick Henry has 100 yards today. Ask me the question.
It's unlikely. I mean, as rushing props at like 66.5. What do you think? What percentage?
0.1% chance. 0.1% chance Derrick Henry goes over 100. Yes. He's not happening today.
Wow. I don't know.
The Ravens' run defense is too good.
I would not put it that low.
It's that
you can't put it that low. Derrick Henry, you cannot. No.
Since Derrick Henry punked Earl Thomas and ended his career in that playoff game we've referenced a couple times, the Baltimore Ravens have sold out to beat Derrick Henry and to stop him. They did it. And that's how they beat the Titans in the playoff game in Nashville. There's no way. There's no way. Tank Sinatra saying I'm a joke, and you can boo me all you want.
0.1 is way too low.
100? No, there's no way it's going to happen. No.
Yes, there's absolutely a way it can happen. It's Derrick Henry. He does it all the time. I mean, we've seen Austin, those two eyes right there, right in the middle of your face, have seen Derrick Henry do magic the entire time he's been in Tennessee. How you put such a low percentage chance on Derrick Henry to hit 100?
Career low in yards per carry at 3.8. He's never averaged for a season under 4 yards per carry. He doesn't have the blocking for the offensive line, the tight ends, or at the receiver position that he's had the last several years in his career when he's been successful. And he's also got Tajay Spears that's, carry sharing with him. And the Ravens defense is very good. And so this is not an anti-Derrick Henry take, but he's not going to have 100 rushing yards. One, because Tajay Spears is going to get a lot of snaps and touches. And two, because the Titans need to be able to run off a play action pass. I think Derrick Henry is a massively important factor in this game, but he's not going to have 100 rushing yards.
Hybrid. All it takes is one.
When's the last time he's done it? When's the last time he's broken?
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. All right, I'm going to go to the bingo board. I'm going to tell you what I think is coming off the board today. I think it is time for an Azeez turnover. I think you guys are correct. I think this is a opportunity for a big-time turnover to swing this game. Azeez has been close with a couple fumbles or forced fumbles, but Azeez or Byard, I'm looking at those two things to come off the bingo board today. I like they've got to force turnovers. I think it's so massively important for the Titans defense to steal the football away and to get a possession away from Lamar Jackson. And they've been able to, like you said, how many interceptions does Byard have against the Ravens in his career? A lot, right?
4 interceptions in 5 games. That includes the playoffs for KB.
Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive. So I am looking for a defensive playmaker today. But here's another thing too. This would have been my X factor if I would have gone defensive. That I think they have to play together as a unit in this game on defense, and not what they looked like against the Colts. Jared asked with a super chat, would this count as a road victory? I'll have to call the people to see. It depends. I'll have to call the higher ups and to see if that counts. It's technically a home game, but it is the longest road game you could possibly have. So we'll have to, review that challenge if it does happen here.
Yeah, I would be surprised if you counted that as a road win, to be quite honest with you, because you are technically the home team in this matchup, which is a schedule disadvantage. But we already talked about the schedule advantage the Titans have after the bye.
Yeah, but you could not be further away from home. I kind of, we'll have to see. We'll have to go to the rule makers that set up Titan Bingo, which is me. So I'll be the one to decide that, regardless of depending on how I feel after the game. All right, Jack, they're getting set for the national anthems in London. I guess they're going to play both countries' national anthems. So we've got a couple minutes here left, but it is time for our pregame predictions presented by our friends at BetMGM. If you have not signed up with BetMGM yet, what are you doing? Sign up with our code ATOZ200. That's ATOZ200. All you have to do is put a $10 moneyline wager on any pro football team to win. That could be the Titans today, who are 5.5-point underdogs. So that could be a nice little moneyline wager for $10 to win you some cash, because regardless of that moneyline wager, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Not even have to do anything. Instantly, $200 in bonus bets. That's with code ATOZ200. BetMGM is a official partner of the Tennessee Titans. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 or older. Tennessee only new customer offer. All promotions, subject to qualification, eligible requirements. First online real money wager only. Rewards issued knowledgeable bonus bets. Bonus bets inspire 7 days. And for problem game sport, call Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789. Jack, predictions here. What's everybody saying? So we want to score predictions.
Okay, we'll go to the chat first. Here we go. I'm going to scroll up, make sure we get everyone in here. Let's start with Tighten Up Ohio. 23-21 Titans. Dre Wilson says Titans. Tannehill to D-Hop from Chris Frazier.
That's a bingo guess, I think.
Yeah, okay. Titans Kyle, 23-20. Interesting there. Titans Kyle, I had something in my head a little like that. Alex Bine, 27-17. Ravens are going to win, he thinks. Blake Mitchell says Titans by 3. King JP, 23-17 Titans. Titans shock again, 23-20. Billy Jones says 22-16 Titans. I've lost my spot as comments continue to roll. And Billy Jones, 22-16. Mark Beach, 27-16 Ravens. Titans, 27-17 from Matthew Gilroy. Ravens, 24-22 from Jack Boy. Pistol Ramsey says Titans, 28. Ravens, 14. Max says Ravens, 28. Titans, 10. That would be a sad game day. Jody Newell says 27-12 Ravens. Funky score there, but the Ravens get it done in his eyes. Kenneth says 24-21 Titans. Justin, 29-19 Ravens. Guy Mann, 24-17 Titans. Titans, 23-21. Ravens, 28-13 from Trevor. So there's a lot of people that believe the Ravens are going to pull this out today in the chat. It's more 50-50 than it has been all season.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, I think we're going to see some free football in London today. I think this sucker's going to. I think that this sucker is going to overtime.
Really?
And I think that the Titans are going to pull it out 26-23.
26-23, a field goal to win in overtime. That means 23 regulation points for the Titans. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it again. I think the Titans, the 5.5 points is a lot. So I do think the Titans cover the 5.5, but my final score, Jack, Ravens 17, Titans 13. I think it's a struggle again. I think there's only one touchdown score by the Titans and a couple Nick Folk field goals. Again, just a 4-point difference. So you're going to have a chance to win the game late, and it's going to come down to the end like most NFL games do. But that's my prediction. Ravens get this one. Titans fall to 2-4 by the score of 17-13. This team can't score points outside of Nissan Stadium in the States. Why do they can score points in freaking London? Like I'm in a prove it to me mode for this Titans team. You have to show me on my TV when I'm not at Acme that you can score points and win football games, because the Titans are 2-0 when me and you were at Acme, Jack. They are 0-3 when we're not. So that's what I have to see. I'm predicting a Titans loss to the Ravens.
Okay, I hear you out. I hope by halftime we come back here and we talk about how Derrick Henry had 100 rushing yards in the first half.
That would be something. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But hey, guys, kickoff is getting set to happen. Want to thank all of our game day partners again. Adventure Science Center. You go check them out. I went a couple weeks ago. AdventureSCI.org. Jarrett, HVAC and Fire. Chim Chimney for all your chimney needs. BetMGM, the Mint Gaming Hall, the law offices of Amanda J. Gentry will have her for the post-game show, and X Golf Nashville. We'll see you guys at halftime, as we always do for the halftime show. Enjoy the first half. See you soon right here for Titans Ravens halftime. Thanks as always.